Alright.
Yeah, okay. Are we going?
Yeah, we're going.
Yeah.
Yo, what's poppin'?
We going?
Welcome to Uncle Mike's. Yeah. Welcome to Uncle Mike's poolcast. This is a podcast named after my Uncle Mike's pool.
And this is a podcast named after Bren's Uncle Mike's pool, and we got the homies today.
This is a podcast named after Bren's Uncle Mike.
We already
Have you
fucking
guys-
said that.
Have you guys ever seen that video of monkeys reacting to magic tricks?
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
love it so much. The ape sees peanuts come out of the eye, but it's like,
You know the spinning gorilla?
the spinning gorilla.
He's
that
just-
great ape?
When's the last time you went to a zoo?
It's been
That's
a long
hilarious.
It's been
time.
a
I want
hot
to break
minute.
into a zoo and do a kickflip in front of a gorilla.
Yeah, why don't you tell us about that, Jack? Do you know how to kickflip?
I do.
Oh, hell
Fun
yeah.
fact.
Not in real life, though.
I can kickflip in real life.
Yeah, in your bedroom.
That's real
not
life.
real life.
That doesn't
Real life.
I'm still learning how to do it all in pavement. Pavement, it gets a bit harder.
Jack is an unironically good skater, which makes me upset.
I'm better than Robbie. I have to get a new deck. I have such a cool plan for it. I'm gonna get some like black
Okay.
deck and put like the Haunter line of Pokemon cards all on
Okay,
Riddle.
so I have like a shit ton of Pokemon cards, like a copious amount of Pokemon cards.
Yeah.
Like fucking, I got you, bro. Like the fucking ghost dog poison, bro. I got you.
Send them
So
there.
my
Send them to that
proposition
address.
my proposition.
Wait. So Robbie, can I read out that address?
You can, but it's fake.
108 Edgewater Trail.
Okay, I have a question. Everyone say your address.
1947.3 FM 90.
Okay.
Was that a radio station?
No.
Yeah.
So wait. Actually, can I ask a question to everyone?
Yes.
What's the worst crime you've ever committed?
I mean, I like hardcore commit piracy. I'm gonna incriminate myself on the podcast. I haven't watched something legally in like 3 years, like at all.
Yeah.
Tame.
I killed a man.
Oh, okay.
Oh, Jesus.
Robbie, what about you?
I'm banned from my local Hot Topic.
Are you actually?
You know the North Point?
Yeah.
I'm banned from that Hot Topic.
What did you do?
Can you assure me they're not listening to the podcast?
I'm pretty sure they're not.
I didn't even steal anything. It was just it was like freshman or sophomore year, or like junior or senior year, one of those four
High school.
high school
High
years.
school, Robbie.
And I was hanging out with some of my friends, and we went to Hot Topic, and the manager there was like,
And we robbed them at
Actually-
gunpoint.
it was well. Man, that would be dumb to rob a mall at gunpoint. But the manager was like old, like an actual like old lady. It was so weird. And then we were leaving the store, and she was like, "Let me see your bag." I didn't see anything. And then apparently everyone else I was with stole stuff. She was like, "You're banned. Don't come back." And I was like sad. I haven't been back yet since. I go like an hour out of the way if I want to go to Hot Topic now.
Are you serious?
Yeah, I go to Town Center now, which is
That's hilarious.
a little farther.
One
I
sec.
think it's. Can we address that you actually go to Hot Topic though?
I've had nothing but bad memories at Hot Topic. I went on a
I've
date
had
once
nothing.
that was just 2 hours in a Hot Topic.
The fuck? How do you spend 2 hours in a Hot Topic? They're all like. All
Closet.
of them are like
The-
fucking.
This one was like a
big as my
closet.
closet.
Yeah, no, this one was fine. It was a bad date. There was no second date, believe it or not. We went in and she just looked at like stuff for an hour, and then we were about to leave, and she was like, "Oh, let me look at this." And then another hour later, she was like, "My mom's here," and I was like, "Oh, thank God."
For Hot Topic.
Robbie, I never got to show you the Shadow Realm.
The Shadow Realm, the plane.
What? No.
Oh.
Shadow Realm. It's this weird
Plane of
dark.
existence.
No, it's just this weird dark area where I ate a head of lettuce once.
Yeah, it sounds cool. Is it on Google?
No.
Oh.
It's in his bedroom.
It's
No.
in your bedroom?
No. No, that's where I have the tunnel.
You have a lot of weird spots that you go to.
There's not much to do around me other than like puff paint.
Well, that sounds like it.
Up enamel.
Uh,
Blue.
I'm gonna snort glue.
Do it. All right,
How
so
long is this podcast?
it's like 20 minutes tops.
No, Jack. I don't know.
All right, so like I understand you guys both do managing and shit, and we're not going to acknowledge that at all. And you guys are going to talk about.
We're gonna talk about.
I don't know if I would call what Jack does manage.
Oh no, I just tweet things like I don't consider penguins birds.
Oh, that was you.
Twitter.
Oh, that's true though. That was a good tweet.
That was a good take, yeah.
I thought that was Mikey.
Yeah, I thought that was Mikey too.
No, does that really seem like that seems too unintelligent for Mikey?
Yeah.
Mikey tweeted, "I pissed in Uncle Mike's pool." What's him?
I mean, you told him to tweet that.
I did tell him to tweet that. I did tell him to tweet that.
I don't consider penguins birds, TBH. I'm about to actually fucking wipe Mikey's account because he follows 6 million people on this goddamn app.
On Wasted Space?
Yeah, on Wasted Space, he follows literally 1,000 people and only has 400 followers, and that's a business account. You can't be following that many people. It makes you look unprofessional. If a band follows me, I'm like, and they have that many, unless I already know who they are, I'm immediately like, oh. Oh, they're that kind of band.
Who are you talking about specifically? We're gonna start beef.
He's talking about Forest Hills.
What?
Oh.
No, oh, no. Forest Hills and I are cool, surprisingly, even though I've raided their servers twice.
Forest Hills, if you're listening, who the
Wow.
fuck am I kidding? No, you're not listening.
This is Bren's official apology.
Yeah, friend.
Shit, don't acknowledge that.
Class, are you actually?
Klaus, are you actually racist?
God, that's a nightmare.
I'm not, by the way.
Are you sure?
Oh, I got a what? It's a private selection mocha, naturally and artificially flavored espresso beverage. Rich, bold, and flavorful.
Give your camera on, Jack.
2 shots of premium espresso blended with milk and sugar. 13 grams of protein, 15 fluid ounces, 444 milliliters. Nutrition facts, serving size, 1 can. Amount per serving, 220. Total fat, 4 grams. Saturated fat, 2.5. Trans fat, cholesterol, 20 milligrams. Sodium, 130 milligrams. Total carbs, 33 grams. Dietary fiber, 1 gram. Total sugar, 29 grams. Included 17 grams added sugar. Protein, 13 grams. Our private selection mocha espresso beverage combines bold espresso with sweet
What the
elegance
fuck
of
are you saying?
Yeah, what are you even talking about?
blended with milk and sugar for an authentic cafe experience. I was reading my can.
Okay.
You see Megan Thee Stallion got shot? That's
Oh, okay.
Podcast can't be enjoyable to listen
No, it sounds good to me.
I have no idea what that sounds like through my trash compactor microphone.
I don't even know what you were doing. I just kind
I
of.
was making car noises through a tin can.
Oh. Oh, speaking of cars, Robbie, do you want to tell us about your Lightning McQueen birthday party that you're gonna have?
What?
Robbie's
I'm
gonna have a
actually-
Lightning McQueen birthday party.
You're invited to Robbie's 23rd birthday party.
Aren't you 21 now?
I'm skipping 22. Something about 22 just don't sit right with me.
Robbie.
That's how Taylor Swift.
The Cars birthday party is actually a band thing, and this isn't a band podcast, so I can't talk about it.
Oh, okay.
What? What?
It's an Elon thing.
It is?
It is. It actually is.
I
How?
think Vinny would want to be on Uncle Mike's pool.
I think you could call Vinny right now and he would pick up.
Yeah, add Vinny to the call.
Yeah.
Okay. How's
This
this?
podcast is fucking chaos.
Let's see if Vinny's on.
I feel like the other ones were at least a little bit structured. Like, not a lot, but like a little bit. But this is my favorite one by far.
In the call is what we got Jack Morris in the call.
No,
Is what happened.
Vinny's not even on his computer.
Can you text and say, hey, get on Discord? This is important.
I'll check.
Text, like, this is big oolong business moves.
We got a
And
real.
tell him I lied.
We have an exclusive interview, and you need to get on right now.
Do you want me to text Vinny?
Yes, text Vinny. Hey, what the fuck? Okay, what has Matt been tweeting about? He's like, he seems like he's about to just destroy everyone in DIY at once.
I don't follow Matt.
No.
I specifically don't follow Matt.
Why?
DM'd you on the.
I think it's funny.
I DM'd you on the Uncle Mike's pool account, Jack, and I was like, I sent you that tweet, and I was like, they're on to us, and I genuinely thought that was on my Klaus account.
Matt hasn't gone off yet. It's been 6 hours.
Matt.
He's got shit on us.
There's some shit I'm pissed about that I can't angry tweet about yet. Some people in DIY battle learned some lessons. Though.
He's gonna.
I've never seen. That's terrifying because Matt is such a calm person. I love Matt, and then he tweets an hour later. This is. Then he tweets an hour later. Check out my guitar. I use it.
Check out my guitar. That was funny.
Check out my guitar.
Matt just seems like he kind of tweets whatever he's going through his head. Which I respect. I do the same thing.
Oh, yeah, you're dead. My memory is fucked.
Klaus, stop.
I'm gonna text Matt right now and say, what is going on? Okay, but the moral of the story is, don't drink and drive.
True.
Jack, what the fuck?
Kind of a true moment, Jack.
This is my audition for E, actually.
So, yeah.
So I'm just gonna play Roxy's and Cigarettes right quick. Cool with you?
I'm listening.
Hey guys, I'm gonna go do something. I'll be back in like 5 minutes, okay?
Okay, we're probably just gonna end it then.
No, don't end it, don't end it.
Okay.
I just have to like do something really quick.
Okay.
Don't end it.
Okay.
Don't end it, I'll
let's
be
not
back.
end it. This is gonna be our longest podcast, and it's gonna make a lead sense.
Yeah, no.
This is
Keep
by
it
far-
as long as possible. We'll get more people in it.
This is by far like the worst and best podcast we've ever done.
Who else have you had on it?
We had Astrid from Transistor 21, and we had Mikey from Wasted Space.
How's Mikey? I haven't even talked to Mikey yet.
It was tight.
Like ever?
Ever.
I love Mikey. They're the homie.
They seem cool.
Shit, Sarah, we need to make that, the Wasted Space interview, listed.
Oh, I just did.
Okay, cool. Yeah, so I play in a band called Klaus and the Spider Sippers. And, I hate everything, every fiber of my being, and I'm pretty edgy. Teenager, I live in my bedroom.
Yeah, I'm not in a band, but I fucking hate Klaus and the Cider Sippers so much.
How old do you think I am, Robbie?
15.
Damn, okay, that's pretty spot on.
What are you?
15.
You're 15.
Yeah,
Why'd you say that's pretty spot on then?
because that is spot on.
Yeah, but I would say that's spot on. That's not pretty spot on. I would say I got it in one. You sound 15. I mean, you sound like older than 15, but I know, people.
I feel that.
Like, all of you guys are, like, hella young when I don't expect it.
Yeah, no, Bren, you're like a year younger than me, but in my mind, you're legit like 12.
That's hilarious.
Oops, I guess Matt's in here too now.
Oh, shit.
Shit, really?
Well, in the Discord.
Oh shit. Tell him to join the call.
I don't even know if he's online. He's
You
not
got
online.
something for me?
But I guess
Here's the mic.
maybe Jack is talking to him or something.
Oh yeah, you heard that.
Jack is just like, we're doing this horrible fucking interview. Please join.
Everyone, urgent.
Welcome to our interview mukbang.
We're just gonna get like everyone in DIY, like anyone like slightly like related to DIY is gonna be in this call.
So, what's your favorite Plague Skater song?
Oh yeah, we haven't asked that yet.
They're just all so good, you know?
Guys, I'd be lying if I didn't say I just left to take a shit and then get Matt to join the call.
Jack actually showed me the first Plague Skater song
He's got
ever.
a
We're just not gonna talk about that. That's like standard Jack shit.
What?
Jack, how was your shit?
It was really nice.
Oh, okay.
Did I tell you
Can you
what came
describe it to us?
No. Did I tell you what came in the
No.
mail yesterday?
What?
Your Plague Skater tape?
No, I have like quite a few still.
I have
So
one.
Yep, I know. I
Give me
gave
one.
it to you. If you pay for one, I'll send it to you.
Oh shit, I gotta fucking. Can you like list? Like, can you like put them up, or at least just so like I can?
Are you
Like,
trying to
PayPal?
steal the Plague Skater tape? Is that what you're asking?
No. This makes sense. I swear to God.
No, it doesn't.
Oh.
Nothing you say makes
Don't make
sense.
All right, so you're gonna fucking put it on the site. I'm gonna send it to my mom, and I'm gonna get my mom too, because I can't just like be like.
Klaus, what the fuck are you talking
Jack
about?
Morris. Can you send Jack Morris like $10?
Plague Skater tapes are on our website. You know that, right?
Are they really? Okay, shit. I didn't know that.
Yes, that's how do you think we sell things? You think we had 25 people message me with their PayPals?
No, I knew you had them at one point, but I didn't know if they were still on, because I thought you had like.
Oh, it's raining outside.
This was Jack.
Yeah, see, we have one thing, and we're gonna have another thing up soon, and it's gonna be it's gonna be
What's the website? Isn't it,
Flea tapes.
fleacollartapes.limitedrun.com.
I was gonna say, is it .com? I didn't know if it was.
Doc.
Listen, that was such a good shit.
Oh, I just typed it into the... Oh, yeah. This is a nice looking website, Jack.
Thank you, Eli designed it. I had very little to do with it.
Eli designed it.
Yeah.
From-
Shit,
from
Jack
Naked
left
Alien?
Me on the red for like,
Yeah, you know Eli is part of label staff, right?
Yeah.
Okay, I didn't know. I feel like it's not as commonly known.
God, I hate flea collar tapes.
That you aren't the only person that's relevant in flea collar tape.
I'm surprised
Really?
That's not really
you don't
true.
have you don't have, like, a list of all the owners.
Yeah, I think it's more fun that way, because you never know if we had a new label member, label staff.
Labels.
You're literally the face. You're the internet persona.
Yeah, I know. People tweet, like, Jack Morris and flea collar tapes go hand in hand. Like, Joe Meatball, you do not think flea collar tape. I think flea collar tape for Joe.
I think Pokemon and fucking. I don't even know.
Oh
I don't even
shit.
know what I associate with Joe.
Hey,
What's up,
man.
Matt?
We got
Hey,
Matt.
Matt, welcome to the pool cast.
How long has this episode been going?
Only, like,
18
10
minutes.
20
10
minutes.
minutes?
Not that long.
Yeah, it hasn't been that long.
No.
Matt, welcome to Uncle Mike's Pool. It's named after Brennan's Uncle Mike's Pool.
Ooh.
Yep.
Uncle Mike, too.
Shit, we all
Okay,
have.
wait, okay,
Raise
everyone.
your hand if you have an Uncle Mike.
Yeah, who here has an Uncle Mike?
I
You
don't.
guys want to
Yeah, I
talk
don't
about
either.
Uncle Mike's?
I have an Uncle Johnny.
I have an Uncle Todd.
You
Yeah,
have an
that
Uncle
doesn't
Todd?
count. That's
Yeah, you
His
used to
name's
be a
not Mike, you
skinhead.
dumbass.
Oh, no.
No, he's not a racist. My Uncle Todd is not a racist. He was
Isn't
part of
that what-
Skinheads. No, he's part of Skinheads Against Racial Prejudice. Robbie, I feel like we've gone over
Oh,
this.
he's a sharp?
Yeah, he's a shark. Or he
Oh,
used to
okay.
be. He used to be. Now he likes country music and drives a pickup truck. He became a redneck even though he lives in California.
What's it with dads in your family that become racist as they age?
I don't know.
I hope you don't become racist as you age.
Yeah, me too.
You're gonna be in a fucking.
It's like a fine wine, except it slowly turns sour.
Like
So
milk.
literally any other food, yeah. Literally anything else.
Literally anything else that's not wine.
Jack just like gets older, and then like as he ages, he slowly becomes a member of Trapped.
Headstrong, thank you.
Does anyone know how to make ramen?
Ramen? You do not know how to make ramen, Robbie. You're like.
I would. Have you seen me try to use a computer?
Robbie, I've seen you try to kickflip, and it's not
And
pretty.
I've done it.
No, you haven't.
Just because I can kickflip like the best of them doesn't mean I can offense Eastern dip.
No, Robbie. There's like two
Robbie,
steps
comes
to
in a
making
package.
ramen.
Robbie,
No,
Robbie,
not like,
you can't make ramen. We're gonna have to kick you off the Twitter.
not like
buddy.
not like Insta ramen.
Oh, you mean like
Yeah, like actually,
ramen,
yeah,
like dead ass
actual ramen. Yeah, like I'm gonna put an egg in it. Yeah,
You can
my
make
dad texted me and he was like, "Let's make ramen tonight," and I was like, "You mean it?" And he was like, "No, chicken soup," and I was like, "No, I'm making the ramen."
If you don't know how to make ramen, you have to get out of the fucking pool.
No.
Hi guys, we're in the pool lobby.
Yeah.
Listen. There's two steps to making ramen. There's step one, you gotta learn how to kickflip. Once
I
you
can,
kickflip, you
so I know how to
No,
make
Robbie,
ramen.
you can't kickflip. You
I
can't
can
even
flip.
ollie up a curve.
How about this? Listen, I did it. I just did it.
Send me a picture right now of you kickflipping.
That's not a
You're
good
gonna have to
audio.
do a kickflip for the contest.
I can shoot for the
Okay.
contest.
Matt, while I have you here, can I audition for Oolong? I want to be the second
Yeah,
base.
hell yeah.
I already am in the second base. So you can be the third.
Okay, cool.
Sir, aren't you the drummer?
Yeah.
Okay.
Wait, what happened to Sam and Zach?
Everyone is in one.
Yeah, Matt, I remember we were playing bean battles, and you were like, and whenever we killed you, you'd go, "You're an oolong now."
That was the reward. That's the reward for killing me.
I remember Tommy and I tweeted out multiple times, "I'm an oolong now." And then I was
But
also
yeah, no, we need.
I was granted permission to be in oolong a while ago temporarily for the shove it contest, but that never officially ended, so I'm still in oolong regardless too.
Yeah, no, the contest isn't over. Like, we're not done with that. That's that's ongoing. That's a war.
I'm gonna learn to like do a full like 360 shove it just to be better than Nogbert.
A big shove.
For the pool cow.
Jack, can
Oh,
I
was
say
it?
something?
What?
In my honest opinion, I do not think you should make a drama alert DIY edition.
I don't either. I think it's really. I think the idea is really funny.
It's very funny. but
DIY edition of what?
drama alert.
Oh my god.
In theory, I think it's very funny, but in practice, I don't think it would go well.
In practice, I will get in a lot of trouble
Yeah.
very quickly. I'm gonna convince Good Noise to do it.
They probably would. Like, no shit.
I just want one Twitter page that just retweets everything going in DIY, so I don't have to send Kit or Sarah a text asking either of them, being like, "What's the bullshit that happened today?"
There's no drama ever.
It's like every day there's some new weird shit. Like people are like, musicians don't deserve to make money.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Every
saw
day
that shit. I'm
Yeah.
like,
I swear to God, every day there's like some weird fucking take from someone I've never heard of.
That was the
I saw a
coldest
tweet.
thing.
I saw a tweet today that was like, I wish capitalism would stop trying to recreate DIY.
I saw that. What does that even fucking mean?
God. Okay, hot take. I think musicians should pay us to just be as anti-capitalist as possible because
I mean, Oolong already paid people.
Yeah. I get paid hella money to be manager.
yeah, I still haven't been paid for my fucking r/emo post. As a matter of fact, then I had to then I got my hat shipped late, Mr. Massey Fungus.
Meg said I could have Vinny's hat, so I'm pretty happy about that.
I love my oolong hat. I wear it so frequently, and all my friends are like, that's the dumbest fucking hat ever.
It's a sick looking hat.
I know. I'm like, it's handmade, and they're like, it sucks.
It doesn't
I
suck.
felt bad doing that. Like that run, I fucked up a lot. Like I managed to get a lot of the hats shipped out like in bulk, but then like after a while, it was just like me slowly kind of trickling them out and like DMing everyone that bought them. Like, yo, I'm so fucking sorry. I'm a fuck up.
Yo, hot take. We should
Thankfully,
just
everyone was so cool.
hot take. We should just not
Like,
listen
a
to
lot of the
music.
late buyers were probably people you knew. Like for me, I was like, whatever. It's like there are like at this point, my expectation for DIY shipping is 7 months.
Why do
Yeah.
you say that? Jack, why do you say that?
Because of third world records.
It still hasn't.
Oh,
Oh yeah. Speaking of,
Sarah, a demo.
yeah, Klaus, didn't you send me my CD like 2 months ago?
Yeah, I did. I sent you a demo CD. I'm blaming the mail slip system. Like, I swear to God, I sent it.
Klaus is sitting here with like a pile of like 5,000.
Plot twist. He only asked for my address so he could come kill me. There,
He has an above ground pool in his backyard just filled with them. He drives into them like Scrooge.
that's Uncle Mike's pool. Plot twist.
No,
There's no
yes, he-
plot twist. Klaus and the Cider Sippers doesn't exist, and he only needed my address to come fucking stab me.
Robbie, did I tell you what I got in the mail yesterday? I feel like I did.
No, but
No,
maybe.
I got the Prince Daddy record that came out recently. The Bandcamp one.
Cosmic?
No,
Cosmic?
it's the I thought you didn't even like to leave.
I don't know if are you fucking with me?
No, it's that one. It's like the newest. It was like the newest run of any Prince Daddy record. It was like at a 250 on Bandcamp.
Like a vinyl?
Yeah.
Oh, word. I thought you thought that
No,
album
no,
came
no,
out
no.
after.
No,
Okay.
no.
I got you. That's cool. I didn't even know they were doing that.
The chronology is
Yeah.
like it's Adult Summers.
Yeah.
And then
Do y'all
the
wanna
rest of their
know something?
discography. But
What's
you know
that?
what record? Yeah. What's up?
It may be slightly embarrassing, but I have never, ever, ever listened to Prince Daddy and the Hyena. I couldn't
Do it.
pick out any of those. But like I've
Matt,
never
Do you know this
listened.
is a podcast, man? Do you know this?
I did not know.
Yeah, did we not tell you that this is like an interview?
Matt, I texted you saying, "Hey, want to be on a podcast right now?"
I didn't know. How was I supposed to know what you meant when you said, "Do you want to be on a podcast?"
Matt just says like
That could mean
extremely
anything.
incriminating shit.
It really could. But you know what counterintuitive release I fucking hated?
Bay Faction.
No. I fucking hated Bugged by Pictures of Vernon. It's
I
like
don't.
Pity
It's
Weed
such
Jack.
it's a good album.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
You listen to the earlier stuff, it's this masterpiece of like mixing like screamo pretty well with like these little scramsy moments. But no, then you bring it into fucking Weezer 2, but shittier.
It's not. It's just different. It's a different sound. It's not worse.
No, it is.
It's not worse.
Yes, it is.
Have you listened to it?
Yes, multiple times. I tried to force myself to like it.
Listen to it again.
Okay.
Can we get a bot to chat and play Bug?
No, we can't. You can't get bots into private messages.
Bug.
That's cringe.
You know what band is good though? Bug with 2 G's.
Wasted
What's
space.
Wasted Space. Man, what a horrible person Mikey is. He tweets some fucking brain dead shit. They tweet some really fucking brain dead shit. Like they tweeted some stupid shit like penguins don't count as birds.
What? That's such a smooth brain take too.
Jack tweeted that. That was Jack.
Well, it tracks.
It really does.
Smooth.
Penguins are really small. Did you know that? Penguins are like the biggest penguins are like 3 feet tall.
Do you think
Are
you could beat
those
it?
like emperor penguins?
Yeah, emperor penguins are like 3 feet tall. I really expected them to be like 6 feet tall.
Oh, seriously? I thought they were like fucking Yeah, I thought they were like 6 foot.
Yeah.
You thought they were 6 foot tall? A penguin?
Like the emperor penguins.
Yeah.
Like I thought they were like the fucking emperor. Like actually, they should tower over me.
Some,
The rest are like around a foot to like 6 inches tall. They're like tiny as shit.
This is a fucking
They're like-
penguin podcast
They're like
now.
explain
I
this
was
one.
like unaware
That's
of like
not,
how
that's
tall
not true.
penguins were.
It's 6
That's
inches.
not true.
Look how big that penguin is.
That's
Wait,
not
what about-
even a real penguin.
Look at this. Wait, look at this one.
Hold on. What is
Look how
this
tall
podcast?
this. Look how tall this penguin is.
That's not true.
That is. What do you mean that? That's literally a picture.
No.
That's a picture of a guy next to a penguin.
How big is the biggest penguin?
Ping.
Penguin.
No. When you Google
Yeah.
it for a penguin, 48 inches tall. That's 4 feet. You're full of shit, and I hope you get hurt.
That guy is only 3 feet tall in the picture.
Really?
Yeah.
The guy's like actually like a foot tall.
Oh. Vinny was on the phone with Jesse. You want to get Vinny in
Yeah,
here?
Jesse just called me.
Oh, okay.
Get Vinny and Jesse in here.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, get Jesse in here too.
Sarah, when we put this interview up, can we call it swimming in Uncle Mike's pool with the whole DIY scene?
I was gonna call it kickflipping in Uncle Mike's pool.
With most of Oolong.
Yeah.
With most.
Yeah, well, we can call it
1/5
that.
of Oolong so far.
Some of Oolong.
Some of Oolong.
Is
No,
Vinny
just
gonna
think
have
about it,
fun?
think about it. There's
I
3
don't know.
members of Oolong in here. Maybe 4 or 5.
Counting everyone in the call right now is in Oolong.
Oh, okay, cool.
We're gonna, and everyone's in Oolong. We're gonna need a whole ass orchestra section for the next album.
I don't know if Robbie's talked to you about this, but when you go on tour, I want you to come to fucking Fred, Texas, right? There's this gazebo.
Fred, Texas.
Oh, you're talking about
There's a
this again?
gazebo. I'm talking about this again.
This
There's a
again.
gazebo, right? In the fucking park. Alright, and it's the smallest gazebo ever, alright? It's an incredibly small gazebo. I'm not sure if there are any outlets for your instruments and such, but we're gonna make this work.
Yeah, no,
As long as
fuck that. We
there's a single plug, we can throw in a couple of power strips, we'll be good to go.
Hell yeah.
Get
No,
PA
I need-
going.
we need a
I'd be
fucking
down to play a very tiny gazebo.
we need an oolong show at
Oh.
the Piatone, Illinois windmill.
Oolong show in Marietta Square.
Oh wait, what the?
I'd rather die.
I'd rather die.
You choose Marietta Square, Robbie.
Vinny's going to get food right now.
Oh.
Of course,
Is he gonna be on
he's probably
eventually?
going to. My guess is Taco Joe's.
Wait, no, make Vinny, get on the call while you're getting food.
I've heard about Taco Joe's many times from Vinny. I think every time we talk, he brings up Taco Joe's.
I've
Oh
never
yeah,
heard
I'm
of
sure he
Taco
does.
Joe.
He brings it up every time I talk to him.
It sounds good.
At some point, our conversation always reaches Taco Joe's in one way or another.
Robbie, what is this picture?
I sent nothing.
That is terrifying.
You're so mean.
How long has this been going?
Not long enough.
Not even an hour.
It's been like a half hour. Which this is significantly longer than the other interviews we've done.
We're gonna take this to an hour.
Yeah.
The best
Because we
so
didn't have
far.
fucking Jack Morris in the call.
What is that supposed to mean?
You mean that's supposed to?
Get the
Did
ass.
I have to tell you about this online friend I had? His name was Rat.
Right.
Rat. He lives like 2 hours from me. I met him once. It was terrifying. I thought he was gonna kill me. But I've watched him play Russian roulette multiple times.
Jesus Christ.
And then yeah, like with a loaded gun. But then more importantly, the one time it didn't work out. He aimed like, I don't feel good about this. I'm just gonna fire it at my wall. And he shot a hole in his window.
So he just shot a gun outside.
Yeah, he shot a gun through his window. No, he was in his room. But then also, I've watched him set himself on fire multiple times.
Is this a real person?
Yeah, it is. I can get you in contact with him.
I think. I'm
Yeah.
good.
Send me a Discord.
Yeah, get him on the
Yeah.
fucking call.
Get him on the pool guy.
No, he doesn't have internet right now.
That doesn't surprise me.
He's a really cool dude, though.
He doesn't sound like a really cool
He
dude.
doesn't, Jack.
I don't know what you mean. He's terrifying.
How old is he?
He's probably about like 19 or 18,
Oh,
I think.
I thought he was gonna be like 40.
No.
Yeah, same. I thought he was like 32.
Yeah, like.
No, he's just like that.
He's just like that.
Yeah.
Ew.
So you guys do need hard drills.
No, actually, wait. Matt didn't answer my initial question because he wasn't here.
Oh, what's up?
What's the worst crime you've ever committed?
The worst crime?
Yeah.
I mean, I guess most recently I went to Massachusetts and got legal weed and like smuggled it across state lines. I mean, technically, I think that's a federal offense. So,
I don't know why you wouldn't incriminate yourself.
oh, what the?
That's like a genuine.
No.
I'm gonna remind you once again that this is indeed a podcast.
I don't think the feds will
Fuck
listen.
it. Fuck 'em.
The biggest Uncle Mike's Poolcast fans are the fucking feds.
I hope I have more blue sour. Yeah.
If any
Eating
spies are listening to this podcast, I ain't real. I'm off the grid.
You know who else isn't real? Klaus.
Don't look for me.
What's that there?
You know Klaus is also not real. Do you want to talk about that, Klaus?
Twinsies.
I'm gonna keep adding people to the call.
Fucking, do I want to talk about that?
Yeah.
To explain that my non-existent.
Yeah.
Who's Michael Sarah? Oh, that's
Chow.
Shao.
Oh shit, get Chow in here.
Yeah, that's Shao.
But yeah, I don't exist. It's like a whole thing.
Yeah. Is it
Like,
real?
Yeah, I'm not real. I'm just a collective fabrication.
Your telekinesis.
Fun fact about your imaginary friend is actually named after Klaus.
About me.
I'm adding Shao.
Welcome, Shao.
The imaginary friend was us the entire time.
I don't have Shao as a friend. Oh. Alright, never mind. I can't do it.
How do I add them?
Don't add them. They are.
They're what?
I don't think they're able to.
What do you mean?
They said right now, bad time.
What was that supposed to mean?
That's not a good
I
time
mean
for.
bad time.
Yeah. Who else can we add just for like to continue to?
Is MIDI online?
Oh yeah.
Did you get MIDI on this?
Yes.
You guys talking about Greg IR?
Greg.
Greg.
I don't think I've talked to Mitty either.
You've never talked to Mitty? They're not online. I'll message them on Instagram and say, hey Mitty, thanks for doing a podcast.
Is that their name?
You gotta have them drop the American Dad speed run.
God, that's a really good video.
They get like really close. Like the first time, like they sent the video in one of the Discords. They were like, "Y'all want to see American Dad speed run?" Got really close to the mic and shit. It was so funny. I was so drunk.
That's you normally when you're on Discord.
Many times, yes.
It's always an experience. I get to let me join. We play bean battles.
I'm gonna tweet on the Uncle Mike's.
Yeah, you
podcast
wrecked me
where
in
if
bean
anyone wants to
battles.
join the
I mean, you
podcast.
wreck everyone.
Yeah, that's a good idea, Klaus. Klaus is gonna tweet on the fucking Twitter, just like, who wants to fucking join?
I like
be on the podcast.
I like this episode because nothing's made sense so far.
Yeah, this is genuinely, this is like our best episode by far.
Not even capping.
Yeah.
Who wants to be on the podcast literally right now?
I'm gonna message Brody. I'll ask them.
Oh, hell
Oh
yeah.
shit, please.
Okay. I also tweeted it from Mulan.
Hey Brody, I wanna be on a podcast.
Who's Brody?
No, ask him. Khaki Cups.
Oh, Khaki. I've never talked to Brody.
Yeah, no, neither have I.
Damn it, Robbie.
Oh, word. I don't talk to people. If they aren't on Twitter, I don't talk to them.
No, Brody. I follow Brody on Twitter.
Me too.
Brody doesn't follow me.
You and
Khaki Cuffs follows me. I feel really important because Vanta started following me, and I think it's because of Flea Collar, and that's really scary because I don't do anything.
You're just Jack Morris. Like, you don't do anything, you're just Jack Morris.
You're just an internet person.
Yeah.
I'm gonna message my friend Ryan Sebi, who has nothing to do with DIY. Be like, want to be on a podcast?
Haven't I played Counter-Strike with Ryan?
I think Nate, you played Counter-Strike with a different Ryan. I know like 30 Ryans.
The Ryan Chronicles.
I'm gonna message my friend. I'm gonna message one of my friends from school. I haven't talked to in like a year.
Yeah, I'm gonna add some friends from school and just like who have nothing to do with DIY, who don't know that I fucking do this like at all.
Oh shit.
Just make it awkward.
Shit, hold on, let me see if anyone wants
Can we get Forest Hill?
Oh my god, yes.
Shit, can you please actually, are you capable of doing that?
Not capable of doing that. I just think no. Don't add your school.
I'm gonna do it.
If they don't join,
God
just
damn it,
remove
Sarah.
them.
Oh, hi.
You got one.
Oh shit, did they join the call?
Hello, Skirt Soliet.
Hi, Katrina.
You're on a podcast right now.
Katrina, I know you don't really know that I do this, but I'm friends with like hella bands and I'm doing a podcast right now.
I didn't know who it was, so I just answered. I was curious.
Okay.
Yeah, we're gonna incriminate you. Can you give us a list of crimes you've committed in the last 24 hours?
Katrina, I know you in real life. Do you want to tell some embarrassing stories about me? You've known me since like 5th grade.
Wait, I'm getting Brody.
I
I'm
don't
getting.
know.
Wait. Can you remove?
Wait, are
remove
you
ice? Remove ice. I got Brody.
Brody.
Yeah, I got Brody.
You got
Is he in
Brody?
are they in the group right now?
No, I'm about to add them. We don't have enough space. That's why I gotta remove. Send someone to the Shadow Realm.
Remove ice. Shit. How do I do that?
Shit.
Fucking hate you. Who the fuck is ice? Sarah.
Nice.
Oh, he's some fucking kid that I go to school with. I thought his name is Colin, but I thought his name was Craig for like 6 months, and then like he was finally like, yeah, my name's Colin.
What the fuck?
I thought Jack's name was Jake for a while.
Jake
Yeah,
Morris.
I had to tell you 6 times it wasn't, then you go, hey Jake.
I've heard a lot about you and Jack's phone calls.
Really?
Yeah. You call me every day.
I've
and I'm
tried to
like-
sit in on them, but Jack won't let me. I guess Jack's dad won't let me.
Jake's dad won't let you. That's hilarious to me. I genuinely, if we get khaki coast on the
This is like your most like star-studded like roster. Just because I'm just like, hey, let's message random people and get them on the call.
Sarah, don't even edit this.
Yeah, I'm not gonna edit it. We're getting literally everyone. It's not even just DIY anymore. We're getting everyone in the fucking world on this call.
This can't be entertaining for anyone to listen to.
Yeah, this is.
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like everyone who would listen to this is probably on the call like right now or has been on the call at some point. So.
Bloaty.
Wody.
Whoa.
Brody's not even on. Oh, Brody is online.
Oh, they're gonna join.
I don't know.
What is
I don't even know where this is gonna go.
Oh shit, we got Brody. They're fucking here.
Hello.
Are they in the call?
Yeah, they're in the
Oh,
call.
shit.
Brody. We
Hello.
got the IRL Brody.
Yep. This is me.
Welcome to Uncle Mike's Poolcast, Brody.
We're doing a podcast with like literally everyone in DIY and also one of my IRL friends who isn't involved in DIY.
That would be such a clusterfuck, having 600 people in one Discord call.
Well, this is it. Yeah, this is it.
Brody, what are your opinions on Klaus and the Cider Sip?
Say they're bad, please.
They're shit.
They're
Now I
fucking
love
horrible.
them. This is exactly what people told me to think about Gex, so... They're like, what do you think about Gex? Please tell me you don't like them. And I was like, let me listen. And then I was like, wow, they're very good.
No, I love Gex, but here's the
They
thing.
make music
Klaus?
that I enjoy.
Klaus, also known as Batman McDonald or Brendan Willis, came to my house and called me some slurs against Jewish people.
Hey, Bren, do you want to tell us what the fuck Batman McDonald means?
Okay,
Yeah,
I'll explain the origin story. Alright, so enter me, 11 years old, in the school library. I had just made my email, right?
Yeah.
My email was awesomepants3712, right? And I was like, I don't want to incriminate myself online, so I can't give them my real name. Batman McDonald.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, that's what it is. It's the origin story.
Okay. That's a lot less interesting than I expected.
Yeah, I thought Brody would spice something.
Brody kind of dropped the ball. Brody, how's Philadelphia?
I wouldn't know. I am an hour away from there. Actually, something very interesting happened very recently.
Oh,
That
wow.
Pennsylvania put a travel ban on Delaware, so I can't go up there anymore. I'm not allowed in Philadelphia.
Shit.
They're fucking banned from Philadelphia.
Yeah, so now I can't see Andy ever again. I will die. I will be killed. I will be killed by the Pennsylvania National Guard, the National Guard for just Pennsylvania. But yeah. And so, are we dying? Is it chill? Are we cool? Hey, do y'all mind if I crack a Coke real quick?
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, you have to do it really close to the mic.
Yeah.
I was going to. That was my.
Okay, cool.
That was the pretense under why I asked. You ready for this?
Yeah.
Oh,
wow.
yeah.
I just nutted.
It's like the
That was
most
good.
orgasm to me.
That would have been a lot cooler if it were not a straight edge item. I hate straight edge.
Yeah, they suck.
I'm gonna
I
start
only
a
drink
straight edge
cocaine.
death squad.
I'm straight edge phobic.
I only drink cocaine.
Just shut the fuck up and do drugs, idiot.
I'm gonna tweet that on Mikey's account. I have access to like several different Twitters. I can tweet whatever I want. On
Jack, do you want to log
Terror,
into my Twitter?
Wasted space and and foreign girl record.
I'm gonna try to get into the Forest
Yeah,
Hills
yeah.
Twitter.
Do you have the Klaus and the Cider Sippers login, Jack?
Probably not anymore. I never logged into it. Pelican Party changed their password on me though.
Bren's password is his
Dude,
school
I'll
ID.
change some shit because I was really scared that you would look through my DM.
Nah, I won't look through DMs.
You're a true soldier.
So, Brody, can you tell us about, do you have anything in the works with Khaki Cups at the moment?
Yeah, there's a bunch of stuff. I was just in the group chat, in the band group chat earlier, and I was like, we should make a remix album. And Sam was like, that's a good idea. We have so many things lined up, like, that we have yet to record, or, like, storyboard. Like, we storyboard our albums sometimes, to where we,
hell
like,
yeah.
lay out, not, like, literal storyboarding, but, like, we just lay out the basic idea of like what we want to do, and like all the tracks that we want to have in there, and like we have track names long before we have like totally written songs. Like the other day I came up with the title bread lines where the bread is free or better than bread lines where you still have to pay. And that's not going to be a song for numerous years.
I fucking
because we
love
just
your
have so
song
many
titles,
song
though.
titles.
My Drake Taco
Yeah,
Bell
I
is my
like them a
favorite
lot.
song right now, like dead ass.
I like Yellow Light music for it. I really like the album because it like gets louder and screamier.
Yeah, that was exactly how I storyboarded it. I was like, well, I really want it to just get progressively heavier so people lose interest as the album goes on. It's like
streaming shit.
it's like I look at our Spotify like for artist page, and like Caffeine Cops is the most streamed song, but it like dips down heavy after college. It's like track 2 is
shit,
cool.
Brody's
track
screaming
3 is
again.
cool.
Let's fucking
Yeah.
That's what it's like for. That's what it's
Did
like
y'all
for
see
the
that-
side of Oolong.
Did y'all see that one article that was the guy who was like, their merch is really cool, so let me look up their band, and then he listened to the self-titled like all the way through to make sure that the music was good before he bought the merch, which is cool. I can get down with that. That's no problem.
Yeah.
But like he wrote, he was like, the first song was really screamy, and I was like, this is not my bag. I'm not. Then he was like, am I gonna miss out on this awesome t-shirt because of some screaming? It's like the funniest thing, because being a screamo band, that's the opposite of what you anticipate when you release a record that's like half cleans and half screams. You're like, people are gonna like the scream stuff, but they're gonna think that the cleans are like derivative. But like the exact opposite thing happened, to where people were like, actually, I like the way you sound when you sing, but I couldn't give a shit about the scream songs, which was the exact opposite of what I thought would happen.
I mean, it's still pretty tight that something happened. I'm setting the Wayfair image again so I can clear
Oh
my
my God.
snipping tool. No, it's because I'm clearing my snipping tool to do something else. Because I'm designing khaki cuffs merch now, and Brody, you have to do this, or I'm
Brody,
going
look at the
sue you.
do you find that offensive?
Do I find what offensive?
The
Oh,
fucking,
khaki
the-
cuff, more like, oh, the
The fucking Brennan Willis cabinet.
Oh. So I was telling my parents about what's happening with with Wayfair, and they're like really like moderate, like centrist Democrats. Like they're super into Biden, like, getting things back to normal. And of course, I live in Delaware, so most people here are pretty into Biden if they're not into Bernie, you know?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Because Biden is like, he's not from here. He's from Pennsylvania. But he was like this senator for a long time. So I was telling them about the Wayfair stuff, and I was like, well, there's this like really weird coincidence with Wayfair, to where like they have products that are named after people's names, and those people have recently gone missing. And they're like, I think you're just being, I think you're just talking out your ass. I think you're just being skeptic, because I'm the only commie in like our like direct family. And a few of you might have seen my uncle. His is @Rodmacher. His name's Dan.
Uncle
And
Dan's
he and I
Twitter.
I'm adding him right now.
He and I get in like really big fights on Twitter about politics. He's a libby. He's a big liberal.
To be.
And I am not really at all. And so he and I get in arguments a lot on the timeline. People are like, yo, check out this bot. And I'm like, that bot is my uncle. That bot taught me how to play the D major chord. But thank you.
Yeah, so, that's bass.
Yeah, I can fuck with that.
I fuck
It's
with that
pretty
hard.
based.
Based mean.
It means, well, speaking generally, it means like it's like worthy of praise in an area that requires effort to be worthy of praise.
I had never heard anyone say based before, and then I met Bren, and now I say based like every sentence.
Is it like low B based God?
Kinda, yeah. That's
Okay.
where it comes from, I'm pretty sure.
Okay.
Based on
I thought
first.
no. From what I had recollected, based is like based in red pilled, which is like a big right wing thing where they'd be like, "Oh, you hate minorities." That's based in red pilled, and then it slowly transitioned into. That's like what I saw because I went through this weird phase in like middle school where I was like, 4chan makes me cool. It does not.
Yeah, me
Yeah.
too.
But then, and I saw that used there a lot, and now I'm seeing everyone say base, and I'm like, what's going on? And then I realized, oh, it's just like saying, that's a good take. I'd explain the term based to Forest Hills.
Klaus, are you actually based?
Can we get that screenshot in the chat?
That's such a fucked screenshot.
It's
Klaus,
like
you
it's
actually-
pretty interesting that you mentioned the idea of like going through that phase that you think like being based in Redfield is really cool. Because I see a lot of people online who are like, I was never like that. These people suck, and it's like you shouldn't like. I feel like we should come together as like the leftist community and like understand the context and like the way that like sites like YouTube like algorithmically show like Ben Shapiro videos to 12-year-olds, and maybe we should attack that instead of attacking 12-year-olds for watching Ben Shapiro videos and getting down that rabbit hole, especially because those people who are coming out and being like, I used to be like this, are now communists. It seems kind of weird to be like, I was always one, and now you're one after having a personal like revelation. So that makes me better than you. And if you were ever like on the red pill side of the internet, then you're like worth less than me. Even though at this point in our lives we're both like leftists, it seems very weird to attack the person who was affected by the media complex and not the other way around. And I've thought this for a pretty long time. Like one of my drafts, I posted my drafts very recently, and one of my drafts was talking about that, which is why it came back in my head now. But yeah, it seems very weird because a lot of my very close friends went through that kind of phase, and I went through a phase kind of like it, not like politically, because I was always like a liberal at the very least. I watched like The Daily Show and shit, but like I was always like, I can say what I want, and like if you can't take a joke, then you can't take a joke, and it was like very like freshman year of high school core type shit.
Yeah.
I was like well, I still am an atheist, but I was like really on board with like the atheist stuff.
r/atheism.
No, I was never on Reddit.
Thinking
I was
atheist
on
on
iFunny
YouTube.
a lot.
Oh no.
I was on iFunny. I had like 800 followers on iFunny, which
Oh,
was a
iFunny?
lot.
Just looking at like iFunny, that's actually like a radical right wing rabbit hole.
It is, yeah.
Like,
Yeah,
my
you're
friend,
right.
I have a friend that still uses it just for like watching some dumb stuff, and he's like, yeah, there's a lot of neo-Nazis on there.
Yeah. My account was actually hacked by Nazis, and so I had to make a new one. Because a long time it was emos versus Nazis on iFunny in like the early 2010s to mid 2010s, and I of course was an emo because I thought that I was. Now that I am actually an emo, and I'm very different than when I thought I was an emo. That's a long story in itself. Like the whole like pop punk from the early 2000s is emo type. Yeah, that's a different conversation. But yeah, my account was hacked by a bunch of neo-Nazis and like all this crazy shit.
That's wild.
But yeah, so like I think it's interesting how like, oh shit, the noise gate is like cutting me off and then cutting you off. I'm sorry.
Oh, you're good. I was just waiting for you to finish. I didn't know what's going on.
Oh, cool. Well, like I think it's really interesting how like the idea of like atheist content creators in the early 2010s somehow went into like based in red pilled content, like anti-SUW content and stuff like that. How just like later in its lifespan, because you'd think like atheism is like a fairly left-leaning not ideology, but like, you know what I mean. And so like as a result, you would assume atheists, speaking generally, to be people who like accept trans people, gay people, that kind of thing. But then like it took a really hard turn during like the BuzzFeed SJW content creation era, to where it was just like, check out these people talking about manspreading. They're fucking stupid. Like on these accounts. And it was like a really radical shift. I think a lot of people like fell into on accident.
Yeah, I think it's like a bunch of red herrings that demoralize a lot of these movements, because you get these fucking people that have these like horrid opinions, and they put them on the front and center, and they're like, "This is what modern day feminism is."
Yeah, that's like a good take.
It's like the same ideology, you know.
It's like the people. It's like the people. Like there's people are talking about conspiracy theories that a lot of right wingers were pretending to be like LGBT on the internet, and then like posing as like maps and shit, and being like, "This is LGBT."
Yeah.
And it's the whole point. I don't think it's true, but I think it's kind of like that same mentality of like, if you have these wholly like extreme things like manspreading is like the biggest problem one faced today. You know, it's like it's not. There's so much more that should be that's like important.
Yeah.
It makes a lot of these movements seem like jokes. But also going back to neo-Nazis, this is just like I saw a connection. It's like the whole red laces on dogs. I know a lot of people who are like, lace coat's dead, and like I think it's so fucking bizarre that people are so hell bent on wearing red laces no matter the symbolism. It's like, you can say lace coat's dead, but then when you get fucking jumped at a hardcore show for wearing red laces, do not complain about it.
Yeah, like that's a very strange hill to die on. It's like, I really want to have red laces, despite the historical context of having red laces, and I'm going to tell you that lace coat is dead because I want to wear red laces. Maybe just don't wear red laces. I don't know, man. Like, I have a pair of black Tims. You know what laces are on those? The ones that came with them. Because I don't know a single thing about lace code or like anything.
I know it because I just know a lot about like the hard. I've really gone to hardcore music, so I learned about the community. You just avoid red and white laces for the most part. White laces are a bit more iffy, and it varies very heavily. If
white laces are like white supremacy.
Yeah, but that's more so like that's something I can still. You don't get jumped as often for those because it's in more so areas with big Nazi problems. Where if you go to like a non-Nazi hardcore show, people will be like, "Oh, you're a Nazi because you're wearing white laces." But if you're in like but if you're in somewhere where it's not a huge thing, then where you don't have a Nazi problem, you should be fine. It's one of the things where it's like you just shouldn't want to associate with it.
Yeah.
Interesting. I was really into hardcore growing up, and that's why I'm straight edge now still. But I don't really listen to hardcore too much anymore. I have like a bunch of like records from like older bands, like older being 2012 to 2015 or 16. And like Reactor Records was like a really great like hardcore label for me. Yeah. And like they haven't put out anything in like years, and their Bandcamp is dead. And now I listen to emo instead.
Vinny and I had like a hardcore thing for a while. We would go to like Backtrack and Incendiary shows and shit.
Word. That's tough.
And I've seen Trapped Under Ice like maybe once, but not during their first run, like during like the reunions and shit.
Yeah. There's a tiny hardcore community in Delaware, but like the way that it like worked out historically is that the emo scene and the hardcore scene were like split in like 2008 or something, and so like it's like the emo house show scene like it stayed in Newark, and then the hardcore scene like stayed in like Wilmington, and there hasn't been a lot of crossover, and we were trying to bridge that divide, but then Corona hit. And No Option, which is the band that I like referenced in the song title. I'm fairly certain that Frankie from No Option hates me. They're a hardcore band from Delaware, and they're really cool. And we wanted to play a gig with them at some point, but then coronavirus came and murked all shows for good.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
I think this will be like the failing of local music. I think that this could really fuck everyone over if, especially now that we decided we didn't want to like stop the curve. We wanted to go outside and not wear masks and go to fucking Disney World.
Yeah, I was telling my parents about Disney World, and they were like, well, think about this. And I was like, no, it's a bad idea.
Yeah.
It's not a good idea. And they were like, think about all the employees who are now getting paid. And I was like, that's great, but we shouldn't, like, if we had spent the last 100 years putting in place, like, protections for workers, we wouldn't be in the position where we have to open up what is essentially a death camp now. That there's Florida is like the epicenter of coronavirus in the entire world. Like, people are going to die because Disneyland is opening, and my parents are like, well, think about the people who are now gonna get hours and get paid. And it's like, I don't really care so much about that as I do about people literally going to die.
Yeah.
We also have unemployment systems in check for this kind of stuff. Like, goddamn, I hate the Georgia unemployment website because I got let go from my job because of Corona. But goddamn, I cannot find a single way to do it. It's the most confusing bullshit interface.
Yeah, I literally haven't applied for unemployment like at all. I just decided not to. And I don't know why I did that. To be honest, I was still because I work for the University of Delaware. I'm like an audio technician for like their in-house like event services stuff. So like if there's like a band that comes to UD or like Slaughter Beats Dog, I text for them once.
That's yeah.
Or like if there's a conference that there needs to be like a display and like some microphones, I would do that. It's like anything that has a speaker or a mic or a screen, I like facilitate and make sure everything works well. But I was still paid through May for my job for like my normal set of hours. And obviously it's not May anymore. Now it is July. And I don't get paid and I don't have a job. And I don't know what to do. Those are the three things I don't have.
I'm gonna apply for it.
About to buy a Khaki Kills vinyl, so
Yeah.
there we go.
Oh yeah, we did get that. Yeah, we did get that Chilwave money. Just
Hey
like,
Brody, can you save me a Khaki Kills vinyl?
I literally can't. Like, they're not things that I have that I can just hold on to.
I'm gonna message Chillwave and just be like, hey, if they don't sell out like soon, he'd save me one, I'll buy one.
Yeah. There's like 9 left, and I feel like everyone who wants one has already got one for the most part.
Yeah.
Because we sold like 50 on day 1, and then they've just been trickling out since then.
I think I might have got 2.
What the fuck? Why?
Because I'm pretty sure I bought one, and then my mom texted me today, and she said she bought one.
Oh,
nice.
nice.
Does your mom collect vinyl?
Yeah.
That's sick.
Pretty big.
Well, I mean,
she collects Scrams vinyl, only like the very rare stuff. She's got one of those orchid splits that are on the record.
I gotta tell her not to buy this oolong tape, we call it.
Yeah, I've still got to get my oolong tape from Third Row.
Damn.
I'm
so sorry.
Like the day it
Oh
came
my
out,
God.
I was like, fuck yeah.
I'm so pissed.
It's okay. I knew this was gonna happen after Third Row imploded. Good thing it happened after Oolong did theirs and after we did ours, because we were the next band in line to go through Third Row.
Oh,
No.
really?
Yeah, we were going to be the next catalog number after Oolong. I'd like enjoyed like the J card and the masters and everything. I'd sent them everything. And we were going to be the next catalog number after Oolong, but then Oolong put theirs out, and then Third Row just imploded. I feel really bad because I was really stoked because like Japan by Worst Party Ever is like my favorite album ever at this point, and like I was really stoked to be on the same label as Worst Party Ever was. Obviously they're on No Sleep now, and now we're on Chillwave, and I couldn't be happier with Chillwave. Chillwave has been excellent.
Chillwave, cool.
But yeah, I'm still waiting on that Oolong tape, so don't know when that's gonna happen.
I wonder.
We're gonna get on that shit.
I think it's Kroger Retail Clerk 1 that I want to do. Let's find out. Where is this address?
I'm gonna tell Vinny I'm out for blood.
Is Vinny shipping them out, or is it Kit?
I thought it was Kit, isn't it?
I think
Yeah, it's
I
Kit.
don't know. I think I thought like I didn't know if George was in charge of the third row variant or if Kit's in charge of both variants. If Kit's in charge of both variants, then everything should be good.
Well, Kit's in charge now.
Yeah, Kit's
Kit
doing
said
both
that-
too on
It said that they shipped them out, so I'm gonna trust them.
Yeah, if it's Kit, then
Yeah.
we all good.
Yeah, it's probably fine. It's like I have no qualms that's gonna get to me at some point, but I'm just vibing until it does.
Yeah. Listen, with everything that happened with third row, my DIY delivery time expectation is 7 months. If it's there before that, then I'm happy.
Ooh. Those
Yeah,
guys
honestly,
take
like,
sick, though.
I'm not mad at anyone involved. I just like really hope that like things turn out well for everybody. You know?
Yeah.
I'm not like one of those people, like one of those Karens who's like, you told me 2-day delivery and it took 3 and now I'm gonna kill. Well, actually, no. There's no Karen that would kill Jeff Bezos, or else we wouldn't hate them.
With my khaki cuffs branded gun.
Can you relate
Do you
your cat?
remember that tweet?
What?
That tweet was my best tweet of all time.
Wait, you made a khaki cuffs gun tweet?
Yeah, it was around the time that Heart Attack Man made their knife. And I was like, I'm gonna buy a Glock and write khaki cuffs on it, and now it's merch. Fuck you. Because like, I used to have a really big problem with Heart Attack Man. I still kind of do, but it's not like my most pressing thought anymore.
I want to hear it.
I don't know. It's just like I think like Heart Attack Man's really edgy, and they're easy to clown on because of how edgy they are.
I fucking
And, like,
love them,
they're,
but that
like-
is valid 100%. Like,
It's like Jackson from Gold Flame is like chaotic good, and then on the flip side of that, like Heart Attack Man is chaotic evil.
I just don't like how Eric has started. I don't like how Eric from Hard Attack Man is friends with Frederick Disco.
oh.
Yeah, I don't like that either.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm convinced that, like, he actually fucking hates him, but it's like they already have that tour plan, so they, like he has to pretend like he doesn't, but I don't know.
Yeah, that's
He
what I'm
definitely
hoping.
doesn't.
I hope so.
Yo, I fucking hate you. You're a piece of shit. We're not
Always-
doing this thing.
I always hope for best intent, you know? Like, I used to, like hate on people all the time, but then I was like, wait, people perceive me as my online presence, and I don't like that very much, because I'm very different than how I am online. So
Yeah.
maybe I should take everyone else's online presence with the same grain of salt that I hope people take mine with. It's like the whole,
Of
like,
course.
Bitch Fits, Tammy Heck stuff that went down. Like, they don't know me as a person. Like, we...
Wait, what happened
haven't-
to Bits and Sammy Hack?
Well, I'm not gonna get too into it because I don't.
I feel like you said something really dumb. You're like, suck my nuts, and then they got mad.
No, I didn't tell anyone. Just that's not something I would do.
Oh.
Like I feel like that is a much more direct thing. Like we just used to come tweet on the band account a lot. If you remember, really early quarantine, like
Oh, yeah.
March through really early April. Like we used to come tweet a lot. You know, a lot of people do. And Sammy Heck and Bitch Fits really didn't like that. They were like, I think it's really gross. And I mean, that's valid, but also like, don't be mean on the timeline because you don't like that I say cum on the internet.
Yeah.
And so like one day they were being really mean, and I was scrolling through my indirects because like you search khaki cuffs and then you scroll down to see who's talking about you without adding you. And then I came upon this tweet by Bitchfits. I was like, who the fuck put khaki cuffs in our hands also like page? And then I think Mikey from Wasted Space was like, is this a good or bad thing? And Sammy Heck was like, it's bad. And I was like, come on, guys. Like, what are we doing?
That's
And
really
was
just,
fine,
that's just
like,
so immature, I feel like.
It's like it's not
Frankly.
nice. But then even something even worse happened was that Bitch Fitz went on this like transphobic rant about how
Oh.
like if you're non-binary or trans but you're assigned male at birth, then you still have a lot of masculinity to work out, and like it was very clearly like written at me because we had just had that thing that tiff on the timeline. And they were like, yeah, if you're AMAB and like whatever, then you still have a lot of toxic masculinity and ego to work out.
Like, I don't. That doesn't. That take makes no sense.
Yeah, that does not make sense.
And like, yeah, and like they also said stuff about like tweeting about like reinforces that we shouldn't challenge the patriarchy.
What?
And I was like,
It's not that deep. It's cum.
You like that?
I'm literally not a man, so like, I don't know, and like it's fine. Like I don't really. They came out and like apologized about it, so like I'm not like really upset. But it's just like one of those things that I'm just like, can we just not have discourse on the timeline for once? For one single day, can we not have discourse?
Funny. That's really funny,
Yeah.
though.
That is really funny. That's hilarious.
Anyways, the reason I brought it up is because like the way people perceive you on the timeline is different than how you actually are in person. And like I'm sure if these people knew me in person, they wouldn't be on the timeline talking about that. If they had like, if like they were like from Newark and were like my community members and like we've talked a lot, like they'd know me on a much more personal like level. And I don't know, like maybe things would be different. So that's what I have to like keep in mind if I'm like thinking about Heart Attack Man. Not Fredo Disco. Fredo Disco can burn, but Heart Attack Man specifically, I have to like think about how their online presence is different than how Eric probably is in real life, and how I shouldn't be so quick to judge people because people have done that to me, and I don't like that very much.
Yeah.
I don't have my high school diploma yet, do I? No, I don't.
Of course, there's a line, you know.
Oh, I gotta give them my social security number.
There's always a line with that kind of thing. It's like, if you're tweeting cringe, you're tweeting cringe. But if you're tweeting like white supremacist stuff, then you're probably a white supremacist.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Definitely.
I'm not saying Heart Attack Man ever did. That might have came out. But
No,
like,
I don't.
speaking generally,
Yeah, no, I understand.
yeah, I don't want to get across the wrong idea. Heart Attack Man is not a white supremacist, from what I know. We have to have to check his laces first. See what laces he's wearing.
He wears Crocs.
Of fucking course he does.
Yes, what does no laces mean? If you walk around with Crocs on, what's the lace code on that?
That means you're homeschooled.
Oh, that's so sad. That's such a cutting insult.
Klaus, that's gonna be. I love to fucking bully Klaus because Brian is like my best friend, but I love to bully him, and I'm gonna start telling him that he's homeschooled.
I told you that so, Brody, fucking follow my Twitter so I can DM you.
What?
You can follow my Twitter on your main so I can DM you.
Don't follow it. Don't follow Klaus.
Okay, I will follow it.
It's at Sipper of Cider.
I can't believe I don't follow you already. Like, there's so many people.
Yeah.
All right, so what happened very recently, like maybe a month ago, is that just like Twitter unfollowed everyone, and I didn't like just chill out and like breathe for a moment. Like I like went back and tried to follow everyone back, and because of that, like I didn't follow a bunch of people, and like fucking
I think you
Drew.
were following me at one point.
Drew texted me yesterday. I was like, "Do you know Alex?" Like, his last name isn't important, but he was like, "Do you know Alex?" And I was like, "Yeah." And then Drew was like, he asked me why you unfollowed him on Twitter, and I was like, I didn't even mean to.
Is that why one day Khaki Cups just followed a bunch of people too?
Maybe. Well, I don't know. Maybe someone just hacked us. No one's hacked the band account yet, which is good. I would have assumed it to happen a long time ago, seeing as how volatile our online content used to be.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, y'all really do piss people off sometimes.
I've made a very conscious choice to like not tweet so much, like ever since we got picked up by Chillwave, because now it's like this is phase 2 of our life as a band, kind of. So I didn't want to be like tweeting cum and shit and piss, because like I don't know, but also like we're very. Drew said this to me. He was like, "Brody, you're the most unintentionally controversial people in DIY." Because like remember the whole like when we used to call ourselves Mongo Core, because that's how I skate.
And
Apparently,
you can't kickflip.
yeah, like I can't.
Yeah, you'd be
Someone
cool if
came
you
out
could.
and was like, "Yeah, that word is actually a slur. It's an ableist slur." And so we were like, "Fuck! Now what do we do?
What?
What the hell?"
How is that an ableist slur? I'm not gonna doubt it.
Mongoloid?
Yeah, it's based off of that, and like I get it. And then I looked up the history of the word, like the skate term, and I was like, well, I guess like it is like making fun of people who push Mongo. And so we just decided to drop it and like drop that from our Bandcamp tags. But people were really upset from them. I was like, do none of y'all
just say-
skateboard? Like,
I don't know,
You
it's
could just
like-
say you could just say you're pushing switch. You could
but
just be
that's
like, yeah,
different.
I'm going for a switch trick.
Yeah, people think I push Switch, and I don't. I don't. I push fucking Mongo. Fuck you.
Why would you want to admit to that though?
Pushing
Well, it's
Mongo
like-
is cool.
Shut
Yeah,
up,
it's-
Robbie.
It's reclamation. It's reclamation of the word. Can I say that because that's an ableist slur?
I would think so.
I didn't mean it in that way.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like if you
I feel like this like new coming wave of emo with the Phantom Terror bands, Chillwave bands, you know, like these new labels that are popping up, Thunder bands.
Yeah,
This is
Sunny
good.
Your Bands.
This is going to be the wave of emo that either doesn't get as easily offended because we're all 12-year-olds still. 'Cause I've been in a lot of calls with us where we say just dumb shit.
Some of you are literally 12 as well.
Yeah, no, like class.
Klaus is 12.
But I think this is gonna probably end up being this wave of emo is gonna be really weird, just like with how everyone interacts.
Yeah, for sure.
I feel like people are either gonna get canceled a lot faster or a lot less.
Well, I feel like it's a weird wave of like quarantine emo because I feel like a lot of these bands started popping up like Wasted Space and basically like every Flea Collar band and every Phantom Terror band, and to that extent, Oolong, released their.
only 2 Phantom Terror bands.
Yeah, we were
Legit just me
like
and Mikey.
literally only a month before the quarantine.
Yeah,
I think.
yeah. February.
Album at least.
We-
So.
So
we started before quarantine, and then it happened. I started as a joke.
Yeah, but no shows
Although-
or tours or anything.
I mean, Oolong. I think Oolong's technically existed since 2017, if I'm not mistaken. Like 2017 was around the time when Vinny started it, and then like he just kind of kept adding people. And then once Sam joined up, that's like when it started rolling. So that was around. That's like summer 2018. Yeah.
That sounds right. And like, there was this one article going around. No, it wasn't an article. It was the one. It was the one E-word poll about like the best bands to have come out in the past year with their debut. And Alex from Chillwave tweeted, and maybe it was Robert. I forget who it was, but like someone from Chillwave tweeted because Cat Cuffs has been around since 2016 in some capacity because it was just me for a long time, and then Sam in 2018, and he tweeted like the fact that Cat Cuffs is not eligible for the oh yeah, it was emo freshman. That's what it was. It was the freshman. It was the freshman class list. And Robert was like, the fact that Khaki Cuffs isn't eligible for the freshman list because of hardcore punk that Brody put out in 2016 is my personal 9/11.
Which band? I don't know if it was Augbert or Oolong. One of y'all got fucking negative votes.
Oh, well, it was probably us.
Yeah, because Ogbert won.
Okay, then yeah, it's definitely Oolong.
That's
Some bands
how
got
does that
negative
happen?
2 votes.
Where was this? What was it on? Like,
I don't know. I saw someone tell me about it.
It was the E-word freshman list.
Yeah.
Okay, this has by far been our best episode of this stupid fucking podcast.
Yeah.
It's so.
It got
Yeah, I didn't know what I came into. I didn't know
You
what it was going to be like.
You
that's so funny. It got negative votes. I'm so happy about that.
Can you explain that to me?
Yeah, I don't know how that happened. I think what happened was someone probably voted multiple times, and they're like, okay, the same IP voted, we're just going to give them negative votes.
What the fuck? That still doesn't make sense.
Yeah, that doesn't. I'm not sure how that works. I have seen Oolong on r/emo for like the album of the month, John's.
Because you guys aren't banned from r/emo.
Who?
I hope we
Oolong?
get that's the ultimate goal. We want to make merch that like goes out that like takes a jab at r/emo. We
God,
really
I
just want to make.
Fucking hate r/emo.
Yeah, there's no joke.
We
There's no.
want to make r/emo hate us at this
Yeah.
point. It's just so funny.
There's no like.
I have like
right there. I hope so.
I have mock-ups of like shirts for.
No, it's
against
just like
r/emo.
Oolong merch, but there's no like joke or like pun. It's literally just like fuck r/emo.
It says nothing like pertaining to Oolong.
Yeah, it's just fuck r/emo.
Just anti-r/emo.
I was thinking of like the I Heart New York shirts, like something like that, except
Yeah.
we heart r/emo. And then the heart has like a bullet wound in it or something. I don't know.
We're never get invited to the E word though.
I like
Siri,
how
can we get Uncle Greg?
Oh my god, I don't think he has Discord.
Not
He
yet.
just said, tweeted, I don't do any
I think
fucking quotes.
it's funny that r/emo, all the bands these people love, just utterly despise r/emo.
Yeah.
I mean, half
Yeah.
the bands they talk about are like modern baseball or like hotelier.
Yo, and that's
Yeah,
another
like the
thing. Is
rotation
that
of like the same 8 bands.
Yeah.
It's like you can post a YouTube link to the Promise Ring and get like 600 upvotes. Like, go fuck yourself. Even in like the album of the month, John's like the fucking like The Parrot by Algernon is always on that, and it always has like 8 or 9 votes. Like, we got 9 votes on the April album of the month post, and like Parrot Flies was like right below us, and it's like Parrot Flies was released a decade ago. Get over it.
Yeah,
It's not gonna win album of the month. Like, can we this? Like, I assume album of the month was like made by r/emo to promote new music, but people in r/emo don't want to listen to new music. They just want to listen to Pothole and a casual discussion and like, I don't know, The Promise Ring, like again and again and
Summer
again. They just
Death.
want to jerk off the same 8 bands, and it's like obvious.
And like I could do whatever I wanted if I wanted.
Yeah,
But
right.
they also hate any like emo genre that isn't like DIY or like strictly like emo like traditional style. Like any
Yeah.
like rap or anything, they just like immediately shit on.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm interested to see how the new Team record is
Oh, they're so good.
is responded to by r/emo. If they're like, this
Oh,
isn't
God.
emo. Because someone posted Basement Show on there, and they were like skeptical to like to accept it as emo and like what emo is.
Mhm.
And I really want the new Khaki Cup stuff to be like really heavily influenced by like 100 Gex and like Attack,
Mhm.
having like breakdowns come out of nowhere and like auto-tune vocals. Like, I really want to get on that wave of like kind of like re-establishing what emo is and can be, because a lot of people have been like doing the same like Twinkle stuff for a long time, and Twinkle stuff is good. We like Twinkle stuff. That's fine. But like, if we keep doing that, then I don't know, emo's gonna get kind of tired, and people are already getting kind of tired of it.
Yeah.
I don't understand, because I like Twinkle emo a lot.
Yeah,
I
for
still
sure.
listen to Glockamora every day.
Yeah, me too. Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
The emo is if it's in the car with my mom, because it's out of all the music I listen to, it's the one thing that she complains about the least.
Nice. That's how my dad felt about like pop punk when I was growing up.
It's like otherwise, cause my mom will not stand for hardcore. She won't stand for rap. So it's like it's twinkle emo.
Hey, if my mom liked Twinkle emo, I'd be down with that. My mom hasn't even listened to the record yet, I don't think.
Oh,
She's
my
really
mom doesn't like it. She barely tolerates it.
You know Stan and Wave, the Jersey band?
No.
I know of them. I've seen them on Twitter. I think we follow them. Like, we're like
Yeah.
mutuals.
They're cool. I think they're really good, but they're literally like my mom's favorite band.
That's kind of sick.
Yeah.
That is
She really likes them, and then like Gami.
Who doesn't like Gami though?
Oh, my
That's
dad
great.
My dad
Mhm.
likes Gami and Oolong.
I just showed her Worst Party Ever, and she's been obsessed with Worst
I
Party Ever.
love Worst. They're like my favorite band that's still around. I think like
They're
my
so good.
favorite band that hasn't broken up.
Worst Party was great.
I just got the record in the mail the other day, and I've been.
Just the other day. Oh man.
It came in, and I was like, oh shit, I forgot this came with like a cassette and a lyric book.
Oh
Yeah.
I think, in my hot take, the best emo band ever, like out of all waves, is probably Moss Icon. I think they're the one that I can go back and listen to the most.
don't
I
think
wrote
I've
an
ever listened to
essay
them.
on all the waves of emo and the history of emo and Moss Icon bands that I wrote about.
I think that
You're
they're
the
really good.
person that did like the fucking a brief history of emo. Was that you, Brody?
No. I did this essay in freshman year of college, because we were like allowed to write about anything, and I was like, I'm gonna write about emo, the history of, and then the schism in the early 2000s that has put us in the position that emo means something different than what it actually means. If that makes sense. Like,
Yeah.
I wrote about like the advent of post-hardcore and like emotional hardcore and how they happened like around the same era, and then like how post-hardcore was co-opted by like Hot Topic culture, and then like the advent of bands like Taking Back Sunday and The Used, and like even pop punk bands like Paramore, and like how that became what society viewed emo as. Then what happened in the background as those bands were coming out, and now how, as a result of like emo not having an accurate cultural descriptor, it's like become this cesspool of like anything that's DIY can be considered emo.
Oh,
Anything that has major 7 chords in it can be emo, and like the historical ramifications of why that is. But that's what I wrote about in freshman year because I liked to do it.
You telling me that this didn't produce this video in chat? You telling me that's not you?
Oh my god.
Let me see. No, that's Pitchfork. They don't know what they're talking about.
Fuck Pitchfork.
I'll go on record. That's not true. Ian Cohen actually put us in a playlist very recently.
Oh yeah,
So
that's
actually, big shouts to Ian Cohen. I love you.
Oh, how do I get
Can
in
we get Ian
contact?
Cohen on the podcast?
Yes, get Ian Cohen on right now.
Yeah. DM him and just be like, "Hey, you want to hop on the pod?"
Oh,
That's exactly what you did to
Take
me,
a
and I
dip
was
in
like,
the pool.
"Sure." I mean, I was gonna go to BJ's and like get some groceries, but then I got the DM and I was like, "Well, I haven't put on shoes yet, so see why not."
I'm gonna get an contact Ian Cohen. Don't tell me his number. I'm just gonna start dialing every number possible. And
Just
find
tweet
people.
Ian Cohen.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you have to start out with 0000
I forgot 0 was an
0001.
I forgot 0 was an option. Oh my god.
You're typing 111.
Yeah.
111.
Okay, I'm gonna get in contact. I'm gonna be like, hey, put Flea Collar bands on your playlist, or I'm gonna do something.
I'm gonna dare you
So
to jump
close.
off this Jersey bridge. I bet you never had a Friday night. I wrote about them in my emo essay too. God. I didn't like that song when it first came out, but now that I'm older and more cultured, I love it.
You know how I got into like emo?
How?
I really liked Green Day's "King for a Day."
Yeah?
So I looked it up on YouTube, and then I found the Pierce the Veil song, and I listened to it, and I was like, "Wow, this is such shit." And then I kept listening to it.
I don't even know how, like,
and then you just don't look away. It's like a car crash.
like I know
Exactly. That's literally what it was.
I know how I got into like emo, not like this kind of emo, but just like, I don't want to say alternative, but like you know what I mean. Yeah, pop punk. I know how I got into that. Like I got like really into like My Chem and like All Time Low in like early like 6th grade and like, but like I have no idea how I ended up here. Like I literally could not tell you how I ended up like here.
Matt, you have a really cool guitar.
Thank you.
Is that your big post that you were steaming? You were like, I'm going to destroy it.
Yeah. Wait, Matt, what is the post you're gonna make?
Yeah, I probably shouldn't talk about it just yet. I gotta wait a little, but like,
It's in the workshop.
We kind of gleamed over it, but yeah, just for the sake of everyone in the sitch, I'm gonna just keep quiet on that for a moment.
Is this from Jesse?
What's up,
Robbie?
In the Discord, I think someone posted the kid from Jesse.
Robbie?
Wait, oh, I thought you were saying my name. I forgot that's his name as well. What a good show.
What the fuck is that? Are they in the call?
Can you remove them since they use the laughing till crying emoji?
Yeah.
That's not very rare.
Can I tell you guys a secret?
Yeah, sure. I mean, you're on a podcast, but sure.
I didn't get like really to MCR besides Black Parade until I was like 16.
That's fair.
Yeah.
So like I listened to like Paramore and Fall Out Boy and like Black Parade a lot when I was like 12 through 14, and then I got into like the Wonder Years and like the next like level down in pop punk as far as like underground stuff goes.
Yeah.
Not like quite underground, but like the next like level down.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Like, YouTube suggestions.
Mm-hmm.
And then like, and then I heard the first MCR record, and I was like, is this what screamo is? And at that point, I'd already listened to Get Up Kids a lot, and like they just reminded me of like the Get Up Kids, but like a little bit like more chaotic. The Get Up Kids being like 4 Minute Mile Get Up Kids, not like Something to Write Home About Get Up Kids. There is a very, very stark difference there, I think. I don't like Something to Write Home About at all.
Really?
Especially in comparison to 4 Minute Mile, which is the first Get Up Kids
I like
record
4
I
Minute
heard.
Mile a lot.
Did you say you listened to the Get Up Kids before MCR?
Yes.
That's so insane.
Yeah.
It was in like
21
freshman
Pilots.
year.
Weird.
I listened to 21 Pilots a lot too.
Yeah, no, it's horrible. I was
I
so
actually
horrid.
listened to 21 Pilots and Get Up Kids at the same time in my life, which feels wrong.
I was
had
they
a-
were probably that 21 Pilots is probably my favorite band ever for a long time, and then my dad showed me a bunch of old hardcore, and actually no, then I started using the music board on 4chan.
Nice. Based and red-pilled.
That's how I found out about Neutral Milk Hotel.
Yeah, exactly. Surprising that board's really anti-racist. I've seen a lot of like chuds try to get like find neo-Nazi music, and everyone just tells them to go fuck off.
That's pretty based, actually.
Yeah.
But, I can work weekends. Holidays. Okay, so the moral of the story is I got really into like Neutral Milk Hotel, Dinosaur Jr., and then my dad was like, oh, he's starting to like music. And that period they go like band, and then my dad's like, I'm gonna show him a bunch of old punk and ska, and now he's surprised when I am like a left winger. When I'm left winger.
Yeah.
That's
kind of sick.
What type of employment? I want to work part time. Best time to call, probably in the evening. I'm doing a good job application as we speak.
Are you applying to Kroger?
Yeah.
You're applying to Kroger on the pool cast.
I remember living in Virginia. We had a Kroger in Roanoke. That was a time.
Horrid. This is a horrid availability. I'm days evenings. No, just the way this works. It's fucking sucks. I can't work overnight. I can work every day. I'm a big bank. I'm gonna work at Kroger. There's this one kid I have on Snapchat, and I watch him every night. Every time he's working, he always has a mental breakdown. He just sits there, he's like crying, and he works in the bag and just has to put things in bags. and I am
Aw.
terrified. I'm terrified to see this kid in the real world. He's a really nice kid, but he just. But it's just like, man, he wants to go into like aerospace engineering.
Oh,
boy.
my grandpa did that.
Do you think it was different back then when your grandpa went into it?
I definitely think so. He built spy satellites for like the Cold War and shit. He wasn't allowed to tell his wife what he was doing.
What'd she think he was?
Well, she knew that he had a job with like Lockheed Martin or whatever. No. But like he just couldn't tell her like where he was going on business, other than like the like the name of the state or whatever. And he called her like once a day, but he couldn't tell anything about anything.
That's kind of sick.
It was really kind of. I mean, I wasn't alive at that point, obviously. My mom was barely alive at that point.
Wait, you mean to tell me you're not like 80 years old?
I've never been I've never convicted of a crime.
You say it like you have.
Loser. Fucking
Can we just
loser.
like have a discussion about how
Yeah.
the worst
No,
crimes we
I had the cops called on me once because I was drinking. Me and my friend bought like $30 worth of lemonade, all different brands and flavors, and drank them all behind a dumpster. And we were reviewing lemonade. Cops, because they thought we looked suspicious. The cops came and were like, "What are you doing?" We're like, "We're trying lemonade." They're like, "You doing it for a YouTube video?" We're like, "Nah."
Nah.
Just for
You guys
funsies.
leave? Okay, sure.
We're just
The entire time, my dad's calling me on the phone, and I'm like, "Holy shit!" That's probably the worst. That's probably the scariest thing in my life.
Yeah?
someone just DM'd me and asked when we're gonna record the pollcast. Should we get them on?
Yes, sir.
Wait, who?
And
I've-
here is his name.
I've got two stories about my run-ins with the government.
I am white.
The first one is that I was arrested when I was 16 for lifting from a grocery store.
Shit.
And I was like put in a cop car, and I had to call my dad in like handcuffs, and I had to go through the arbitration process of like all that stuff, and it was like a lot. And thankfully, most people have forgotten about that.
Brody's
but I
just like
haven't.
incriminating themselves on the poolcast.
That's
Sarah,
fine.
kick,
It's off my
kick
record
X.
now.
Kick X skirt skull so I can add the guy.
Oh god, okay.
And then the next thing, it's referenced in the Young Boat song Cheeto Man Bad. I was literally approached by the Secret Service. They came to my house and knocked on my door.
Are you
And
being serious, bro?
I am dead ass. And the proof is in the pudding. If you go to Cheeto Man Bad by Young Boat, then you can hear the voicemail that the person left Sam. Because they asked me for 2 contacts of close friends, and they also asked for my parents' contact. But Sam was at work that day, so the Secret Service agent left him a voicemail. And then we sampled that voicemail and put it into a beat. As one does, obviously. But yeah, so they came to my house and questioned and like talked to me about a bunch of stuff, and they were asking me about my hobbies and shit. And when they realized that I was a white kid in like the suburbs of a college town who was going to college, I told them I was an orientation leader, so like whatever. So they knew I was like who was like scary by any means. But like they were like, I think my phone is still bugged. Like I definitely think that like if I like say certain things on the phone, I have to like watch myself. Like I have to if I'm on the phone, I'll be like, for legal reasons that was a joke. For legal reasons that was a joke, and then very scared. Very scared.
Wait, why is the government tracking you now though? What'd you do?
Well, because
I think I missed the first part of this. Like,
I tweeted I was gonna kill the president.
Oh.
I tweeted that I was going to kill the president, and that's why they came. I forgot to tell you that part.
Yeah, that's
I
kind of
forgot the
important.
part.
You just
That's
kind
the
of got
most
into
important
it.
part.
You heard it here first on Uncle Mike's
Wait,
Poolcast.
are you still legally able to buy a gun now?
I'm gonna find out. The entirety of the Newark, Delaware scene wants to all buy guns and join the SRA, which is the Socialist Rifle Association. And I didn't know that was a thing until Drew was like, "Do you want to join the SRA with me and some of our friends?" And I was like, "Yeah."
Hell yeah.
I've done a 180 on my thoughts about gun control.
Same.
In 2017, I went to March for Our Lives because obviously, and like I still believe that like guns should be like regulated, but I never wanted to have one because I was like, why do I need one? But now I'm like, I should probably have one because if I don't, then the alt-right like government like regime is going to come and kill me because I'm trans and I have gay friends and I'm a communist and they're gonna come and kill me.
And you threatened to kill the president.
Well, that's all right. Listen,
You can't say. Okay, wait. I think that we should have access to all the weapons that the government does.
Yeah, for sure.
Like, if the government can have tanks, so should I. And I'm not kidding about this. It's like a genuine take. It's like
I'm gonna start driving my fucking tank down the street.
yeah.
No, I'm saying like if they can have like these fucking machine guns to try to like oppress it, and like in the case that like the government decides that's it, we're gonna like fully just take over.
Oh yeah, no, for sure though.
We should have the same stuff because it's our duty as United States citizens to do that, to stop an oppressive government.
Mm-hmm.
You're right. Yeah, I've kind of stepped in because I feel like that like line of thought is like a libertarian ideal, but like I've kind of stepped into it as time has gone on. I'm not an anarchist by any means. I'm like right in the middle between like anarchist and authoritarian, the political compass. Not that political compass is a great way of like gauging one's political ideology, but like whatever.
The political compass test makes all the globalization.
Yeah.
That was my 2 cents.
Oh, also, I don't like how the bottom axis is libertarianism, because libertarianism isn't real. That should be anarchism on the bottom axis, because it's the opposite of authoritarianism. So the bottom axis should be anarchism, which is the opposite of authoritarianism.
Mm-hmm.
But it's libertarianism on the political compass test, which is fucking dumb. I thought I was a libertarian for a long time, because I was like, for a minute, I was in like the bottom left-hand corner of the green square, because I didn't really know too much about like how I thought politically, and I've like matured like a little bit since then, and come into like some of the Marxist ideals of like what a state should be, and like all that stuff. But like I used to think I was a libertarian because of the political compass test, and I am not.
Hot take: all roads should be private roads. I don't care where you are. I think you should have to pay to go on every road.
Yeah, you should put a coin in the coin slot before being able to drive on the road.
Yeah.
I'm about to make the entrance to my neighborhood a toll road.
Thank God. About damn time, if I'm being honest.
Think about it. I can make a bank. What are they gonna do?
Yeah, you can bankroll all these cars. You'll be like, well, I guess, 25 cents isn't that much. And then 6 million cars later, you're like a millionaire.
I am gonna be the next Jeff Bezos. I'm gonna use all my wealth just to kill Jeff Bezos.
People are gonna be like, I want to kill Jack.
Yeah, like DIY bands are gonna be tweeting that in like 20 to 30 years.
And then fleet callers gonna be like, they're gonna find out fleet callers like, what the fuck happened here?
Who the fuck is Klaus?
Yeah, it's like all this like.
You want to kill Klaus?
God, I already say that I want to kill Klaus.
Who doesn't want to kill Klaus?
Yeah.
Can we find some incriminating?
Search Klaus's handle and then quote come unquote, and then share that to I don't know, whoever you want to show it
The
to.
government.
Yeah, the president.
You
Klaus tweeted, "Come, you should drive a tank into their house."
Brody, I think you should write a really long apology letter to the president. Yeah, like, I'm so sorry for being mean to you.
After you tweet that, like, come back on it and like reply, "Who the fuck hacked my account?"
Who the fuck? Like, all right, guys, I have to make sure I'm not following anybody because someone obviously had control of my account.
I'm gonna hack the Khaki Cuffs account and just tweet propaganda. The Penguins are never real. Hey, Brody, do you play Smash Bros?
I don't, but the rest of the band does. I don't have a Switch or any Nintendo consoles.
No, I meant Melee.
Like on PC.
Yeah.
Oh, on PC? No, I don't play anything on PC. The only thing I play on PC is my emulator I have for Game Boy Advance and DS, which I play Pokemon.
Okay. Shit.
I'm not a really big gamer, but I used to be a big gamer. Not anymore.
I will play any band for their social media password in Smash Bros. If they beat me, I'll give them.
You heard that? You heard it here on the Poolcast. No one's gonna be listening to this far into the.
Yeah, this is like 2 hours long. Our other interviews are like 17 to 20 minutes. This has been 2 hours. I was gonna say I was gonna leave like 2 hours or like an hour ago.
Yeah, I was gonna go drive. I was gonna go drive around in the Gulf. Is that a picture? Robbie, is that a picture of Matt and Vinny?
Yeah. I didn't even
what?
know there was a thing with Matt and the rapping dog.
Parappa the Rapper.
Yeah, Parappa the Rapper.
I need
You know
to
what's
use
funny
his
about
legal
that picture?
name.
I actually have a Parappa hat.
Yeah, I saw that on like the Facebook the other day, or maybe on the Instagram.
Yeah, I think it's on the Instagram.
Yeah, I think it is. And I was like, what the fuck? How do I call it?
It's in the highlights that Vinny made called
Pizza.
All right, I think I'm gonna go eat something. So like, thank you guys for talking to us for like 2 fucking hours.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Everyone.
Hell
I
yeah.
only talked for an hour, so if you want to
Does
add
anyone
one
wanna-
again,
Yes, we'll have you on
definitely
again
do.
for sure.
Can we do a
we got
part
the whole
two?
band on
plug it
music.
in.
Part 2.
Part 2, all of DIY in one. Get Minnie on. If
Yeah.
we just get a bunch of different DIY bands on at once, and we just like, and like they all
We need to
have
get tilted on this.
no,
Yeah.
like everyone mutes each other except for Klaus and Sarah. Don't know they're interviewing who don't know what the other bands are saying.
Yeah, they've all got to like talk over each other. All right, so what do I want to plug? I want to plug DM me to that essay that I wrote.
Okay. Can we put like
um,
a drive link of that essay
Yeah.
in the description?
The more I say it, the more I want to go back and touch up some things because I was fresh
Go
on
touch
the
it up.
emo wave when I wrote that.
Okay.
There's probably some things that are wrong or things that people would laugh at me for, but my professor liked it a lot, so whatever.
I'm currently
it's a-
trying to get pictures of June to answer my DM about being on Fleet Caller. I will harass this band into being on Fleet Caller.
Oh my
Damn.
god. Oh, also we need a label to make Blue Deputy tapes when that comes out.
Hit
Phantom
us
Terror.
up. Hit us up. No, Phantom Terror can't.
Phantom Terror.
Phantom Terror can't be trusted. Let me explain why.
They're very-
Tommy and Lane came to my house.
I wonder what you can say.
They knocked on my door. I was like, "What's up?" My good friends Tommy and Lane. They both just looked at me, hit on me, punched in the stomach, put me in the seat, and drove off.
That sounds so like them.
I don't
Like
know
good
why. I'm not even Jewish.
You actually live close to Lane, so it could be possible.
Lane was like an hour away and can't drive.
Still. It's a hate for you, isn't it?
Lane walked to my house just to call me.
Guys,
Jewish.
please don't do anything.
Jack, what are you gonna plug?
See, what should I plug? Let's see. Let me think. Can I just plug all the Twitters? At Uwan Band, at Flea Tapes, at Moms_Jack, at Phantom Terror 19, at Foreign Girl Rec, and at Wasted Space ____. Why does Mikey have so many underscores in his Twitter? Ad?
It's the wasted space.
That
It
Yo.
yo.
Meta.
Space. Can we organize an episode though where it's like all of us and then also Mitty and Mikey?
Yeah, let's
And
do
like
it.
we get like